you can never mistake that voice, can you?
No, you can't. That's
Liam Gallagher, your mate.
My mate Liam Gallagher.
Who calls you just a rubbish Kenny Rogers, or words to that effect?
No, much worse than that. I mean...
Well, I can't say the word he said.
No, the abusive stuff he sent me on Twitter was pretty horrible.
Well,
but
to be fair, that was because you started having a go at him.
Well, I didn't have a go at him.
You said he was a pub singer.
I didn't say he was a
You
pub
did
singer.
say he was a pub singer.
I said that I thought the contribution into Oasis, the supergroup, was... largely,
I don't think you should try and justify. Everybody saw your tweets. Millions of people have seen them since.
I said that marginally, I thought that Noel Gallagher, his brother,
there was nothing marginal about it.
Had been a bigger influence in Oasis than he had. Although I thought he was the greatest frontman, top singer. Anyway, the point of the story
you didn't say that. That song is called Wall of Glass, by the way.
That's Wall of Glass. That came off his latest album, which got to #1, I think, didn't it?
Do you know what the name of the album was?
The album was...
You should remember it, because he tweets the same 3 words very regularly.
As You Were.
Exactly.
Thank you very much indeed. As You Were. That's his album. Got to #1, and the reason we're playing that is because his first wife, although not her first husband, Patsy Kensit, distinguished actress of films with Mel Gibson and things like that.
Well, not that many films. She was in Absolute Beginners, wasn't she?
She's in Absolute Beginners, which was the David Bowie themed film, wasn't it?
Well, he wrote the song.
He wrote the song, Absolute Beginners.
I don't think he had anything else to do with the movie.
Absolute Beginners. But anyway, she was in a Mel Gibson film, that one where the South Africans tried to shoot him up.
Wasn't it?
Lethal Weapon 1. And,
was it 1 or 2?
1.
You sure?
1, definitely, yeah. And it was the first one when he lived in the caravan on the beach in California, and they tried to shoot him up with the helicopter attack gunships.
That's a great film, that.
Fantastic film. Yeah. And he met her in the fruit store, didn't he? Met her in the deli.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did.
I thought he met her in the South African embassy first.
No, he didn't. He met her in the deli. Well, no.
No, he met her in the South African embassy first.
He did, and then he tracked her to the deli, and then he said, you should come home with me, and that kind of stuff. And
it's a family show, this.
It's a family show, but as they were investigating Ugandan affairs, the helicopter gunships turned up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Patsy Kensit, lovely lady, is 50 today, so we thought we'd just celebrate her birthday.
There you go.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
She's also married, by the way, to somebody else who we know very well.
Oh, yeah?
And that's Jim Kerr.
Jim Kerr
who
from
was
Simple Minds.
Lead singer of Simple Minds.
I don't think she's still married to him, is she?
No, of course she's not. I said she was married.
Oh, I see.
I think her first husband was Jim Kerr. She had a habit of marrying pop stars.
Rock stars, yeah.
Jim Kerr, and then some guy who was another pop singer. Who was that?
Liam Gallagher.
No, I think it was somebody else in between, to be honest.
You mean as well?
Yeah, I think she married 3 pop stars.
I don't know about that.
But you'll find out.
Her first husband, I think, was a guy called Jeremy Healy.
Well, Jeremy Healy,
I don't know who he is.
Is he a pop star?
I don't think so.
Okay, anyway, Jim Kerr, of course, was educated at a school in Glasgow when he sat at a desk next to our very own Alan Brazil.
Oh, here you go. Jeremy Healy was an English DJ and singer from Hazy Fantasy.
Well, there you go. There you go. So
she kind of worked her way up, really, didn't she? Because she started off with Hazy Fantasy, went to Simple Minds, and ended up with Oasis.
Oasis, right, yeah. Well, good luck to her.
She didn't end up marrying one of the Rolling Stones after that.
Well, maybe. Yeah, it's interesting that. Rolling Stones have been quite active the last couple of days, haven't they?
They have.
Slagging each other off and all that
Well,
kind
they
of
have, because they're promoting their tour. They're not mugs, are they? I mean, what they do is they know that they can sell more tickets that way. Lots and lots of tweets coming in, which I'd like to read to you. One here from Wilco says, at this stage, Arsenal is already preparing the team's focus for the next game.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I mean, that's what is really important, right?
I do think, without being rude to Mr. Arsene Wenger, the severity of the situation, the crisis within which Arsenal have now found themselves, is going whoosh completely over his head.
Well, he looks like a man who doesn't know what to do, does he?
He looks like a man who's oblivious to the surroundings, and you're quite right, doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that's because he's never had to do anything, has he?
The water's sort of lapping at his ankles now, and it's rising rapidly.
Yeah.
Donovan says the men's long jump record hasn't been broken since 1968.
Thank you.
Let's arrange an MRI scan on Paul. He said, what do you mean, thank you? That disproves your point.
No, I mentioned to you before the break, Leaping Lynn, okay? Lynn the Leap.
Yeah.
Now, do you know who Lynn the Leap was?
No, I don't.
Lynn the Leap was the British long jumper, right? He was a Welsh guy.
Was he?
But he was in the Olympics UK team.
Well, he would be.
Yeah,
Team
exactly.
GB.
Exactly.
Well, you being Welsh, that would be part of the British team.
And amazingly, when we're all watching it there one morning, Lynn the Leap, pounds down the sand road that leads to the path that leads to the sandpit. There's a sandpit involved in long jump.
Is there?
Yeah.
The sandpit.
Yeah,
involved.
sandpit. Yeah. And
it's what they jump into.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not involved in it.
Well, it is, because that's what you jump into. And he pounds down the track and he takes off, whoosh, and then, amazingly, all the judges are scratching their heads because their rulers are not long enough to measure his leap. He's leaped about, He's leapt about 7 inches further.
Well, according to Stephen, who knows a bit about this, he says Linda Leap only jumped 8.23 metres in 1964.
Right.
The world record is now 8.95 metres.
Right.
So what's Linda Leap got to do with anything?
Well, Linda Leap, like, he set the record, but...
Well, not in 1964.
So who got it in 68 then?
Well, whoever is the record holder in 1968.
Well, you can't tell me, can you? Because you don't know.
I don't, because I'm not an encyclopedia of long jump records. You're the guy that's got this theory going on.
Yeah.
Apparently, funnily enough, I've got it tweeted to me here. Bob Beeman is
right,
the world
Bob Beeman, he's
record
the one.
long jump holder.
That's right.
So I do know.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Stick that in your pipe.
But Linda Leap, broke all records for 4 years, and then Bob Beeman came along and broke them again.
Yeah, but they haven't been broken since then.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So that actually disproves your theory. That means your theory's wrong. Anthony says Wenger and Cech should have both retired at the beginning of the season. What a shame, as both have been brilliant in the past.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, isn't it? You go on too long. As you quite rightly said, politicians do it. Who was it who said? I think it was Enoch Powell who said all political careers end in failure.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And of course they do. We've said in the past all news editors' careers end in failure.
Yeah.
Because you always end up getting sacked.
You do, because you always stay at it too long.
You never stay too long. What happens is...
No, you go mad.
You do go mad. You definitely go mad. And then you start to be unappreciated by the people who you're working for, and then they get miserable and say to you, we think you've lost the plot.
Yeah, you've got to stop drinking all that Benylin.
That's right. Then they offer you a big cheque and say, can you push off and go and do something else?
Why don't you go work in America, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Kieran says this, Pardew isn't entirely to blame. He's tried to fix the mess left behind by Pulis. No better replacement out there at the moment. We need a burst of passion and desire.
Well, hang on,
isn't Mr. Pulis... he calls himself somebody who cares.
Isn't Mr. Pulis doing rather well at Middlesbrough?
He is, but I mean, he's another guy, Tony Pulis, who will go to a club sometimes and do great things, and then always leaves under a bit of a cloud somehow.
Well, you say that, but I mean...
Well, he left Crystal Palace under a bit of a cloud, didn't he?
I think there is still a bit of a cloud there, to be honest. I think there's still a debate going on and a talk going on between the two of them.
There's been another goal down at Brighton, and it's time to go back to the Moose to find out what's going on. Moose.
Yeah. We've got a couple of minutes to half-time. It's Brighton 2, Arsenal 1. Rather diddery defending at the back, I'm afraid, from Brighton on this occasion. Kolasinac's ball in wasn't properly dealt with. It was a bit of pinball inside the penalty area, and Alex Iwobi is the man who's forced the ball home from around 6 yards out beyond Matty Ryan. It's given Arsenal fans something to cheer. By the way, Arsene Wenger, not once in the second half, has actually got off his seat to encourage his team, to coach his team, or anything else. So I'm not quite sure what that goal will do for his half-time team talk. But at the moment, sorry, it's Aubameyang.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Aubameyang.
Yeah, sorry, it was Iwobi's ball.
Are you sure you get off your seat? Because you might have seen the wrong scorer.
Well, you haven't got the long jump record holder right. You still think it's Bob Beeman. It's Mike Powell. There we go. That's 1-1. Touche.
Yeah. I'm only reading tweets out. I've no idea who the long jump record holder is.
Well,
maybe you should be concentrating on the game and getting the goal scorers right.
Well, listen to you. All right, calm down.
I'm very calm, mate. You want to start a fight, mate? I'll come down and have one with you.
Yeah, all right. You know where I'm sitting.
So you're not standing then?
Right, I'm sitting in a press box. Of course I'm not standing.
You've got to reinforce seat.
I think you better get a pair of binoculars, mate. They've obviously put you in the back row.
You're not allowed to stand at a football ground. You
must
know that by now.
Really?
Who all the pies?
He's not allowed to stand.
Don't you start. Really, don't you start.
Well, that's all you're famous for, a football grounds, Moose.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Moose, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Moose.
We'll be back now to Moose when he gets the scorers right for the next goal. And here's another one from BMW. Says, tell the plank Mike Parrott was Lethal Weapon 2, as you suspected. It was Lethal Weapon 2, yeah, because the first Lethal Weapon movie was Gary Busey, who was the crazed sort of mercenary guy. Do you remember?
Yes.
The guy who fell off his motorbike when he wasn't wearing a crash helmet.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Which is a bit like the same thing that's happened to you.
Well, didn't they drown Patsy Kensit in the...
What?
Did they drown Patsy Kensit in the first one or the second
drown
one?
her?
Yeah, they put her...
She was only in one of them.
She was in one of them.
She was in the second one.
Well, they did is they chained her up, put her in a sack, and threw her in the harbour.
Yeah, that's right.
And then when they found her, there's an amazing thing is they found his first wife next to her in another sack. That's an amazing thing, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember.
So he didn't like these South Africans much.
No, who didn't?
Mel Gibson.
What do you mean didn't like them?
Well, because they kept killing his wives.
Well, yeah, exactly right.
And his girlfriends, that sort of thing,
you know. Anyway, we've got loads more to do, so you'll have to stop talking for a moment, because coming up, we're going to be talking to Steve Lillywhite. Of course, he is the U2 Grammy Award-winning producer, but also a big Chelsea fan. We'll find out from him if he stands any chance of Chelsea getting any points today. And maybe Arsenal are on the comeback trail at 2-1 down at Brighton. This is talkSPORT.
The smile on your face is sometimes